Something that was getting me down that I thought about recently, and this is going back years, but certainly months ago, a year ago when I got this sorted, is being an empath. You feel everyone's pain and you overthink problems in the whole world that at the end of the day you can't help. So being an empath has got a great side to it, but it can be mentally draining. You're literally feeling other people's problems, not just people close to you, people, real people, but on TV even, or on the radio. But it is cripplingly mentally exhausting in certain situations. And we live in a world of media where anything time you look at a screen, the media is there. News, you turn your radio on in your van or your car. I do about 30,000 miles a year, so always had the radio on. The saddest day for me on radio was Steve Wright getting booted and then dying because basically he'd lost the love of his life. He was the person that was old school from my youth, in my 20s when I drove a van. So I missed him terribly. And what am I left with? I tell you what I'm left with, forgetting all the music and all the chat and the rubbish, a lot of news. So even if you listen to a channel on the radio without adverts, or you watch TV without adverts, you can easily end up having the news put in front of you. Local news and world news. Massively depressing. And I don't just mean, oh, that's sad. It's depressing. It depresses your mood. But especially if you're someone like myself, and probably yourself, that's empathetic. The news in my lifetime has gone from a bit of balance, maybe propaganda, but probably more truth going back 40, 50 years. But balanced, you know, your local news would have doom and gloom. And then it'd have a nice story about someone being, I don't know, reuniting with their tortoise that ran off out their garden 20 years ago. Or, who knows, the firemen had a bit of downtime when they got little pussykins out of a tree. But there was a bit of balance of happy and sad. Happy doesn't sell. Good news doesn't sell. Like, it really doesn't. If you've got a YouTube channel, put out a thumbnail and a heading that's really happy and just average and nice, and then put out a thumbnail and a topic and a heading that is really shocking, really devastating, something really bad happened, and that will get 10 to 100 times more views than just a nice story. On my vlog channel, Dave Sharp Nature Boy, I think one of the biggest hits was a picture of my house burning down, or the back of our house, and Boxing Day fire. It was like 10 times bigger than anything else on my channel that was just a vlog. Sad news, bad news is what sells media. It's what you want to watch. I don't know why, but it really is. So that's what's put on, because you've got all these channels on the TV, on social media, on the radio. They're all vying for your attention and your click. So they just put out, the algorithms just say, this is what gets the most views, put more of that out. Oh my goodness, I realised that the news, TV or radio or social media, was actually really getting me down. What can I actually do about a war fought by Russians? There's nothing I can do about it. If someone's going to press the red button, I can't stop them. You can't stop them either. You just can't. Be real. You just can't. So do I need to know these things and worry about them? No, we just don't need to know. We're not designed to know the bad news of the whole world. But now we get it. Hello? Hello? What's going on? Angel rays. But now we get it. We get the news forced on us from all around the world, and it's all bad news. It kills your mind as an empath. It does depress you. It gets you down. Again, such a simple solution. Forget your fear of missing out. Let FOMO go. Don't have the radio on in your car that's got the news on it. Put a talking book on. I just listen to Audible now. I don't waste my time and my energy on negativity when I could be learning something, or at least reading or listening to something pleasant, much better for my mental health. The radio is just dead in my van. Put music on I want on, or I listen to a book. Get it out your life. Why have your TV channels on that are your old-fashioned TV channels that just have news on them? So you sit there. I spent my whole childhood, youth, young years, sit down at tea time with your tea on your lap, telly on, right at that rubbish time of the day where all that was on was the news. How depressing to end your day like that. We just have, like hopefully most of you do now, we just have smart TV and we don't put anything like that on anymore. We don't have the news. If I want to watch the news, I'll watch the news, and I can tell you how often I put the news on. I never do. Anyway, time for some rubbish food after a long, long day. Just going through the drive-through. We're back in a minute. So one thing that's not good for your mental health is probably eating too much junk food, because it's not good for your health. Anyway, this is my simple way to boost your positivity, drop down your anxiety, help your brain if you're an empath. Get that news out of your life. There is nothing you can do to help people in a war miles and miles away. There is nothing you can do about our government in the UK fleecing us and overpricing everything, and the super rich getting rich off the back of all of us hard workers. There's nothing you can do about it. Certainly in the UK, because we're so useless. We don't have the French's sort of power to group together and riot and tell our governments no. We just moan about it. So there's nothing to do about that. There's nothing you can do about other people's real problems that are on the news. It's all doom and gloom. And maybe you need to know that someone's going to press a button and nuke the UK or America. You don't, do you? Well, you just don't. What's the point? You're not going to know. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? And if it's anything slightly less, the whole street and world around you will be going to mayhem. You can find out in 2 seconds. But realistically, let's be real. Watch the news, listen to the news over the next day. Is there any negativity on there, any of it, that you needed to know? Or is it just because of the FOMO? Oh, you need to feel like you've got to keep up with what's going on in the world. It's like a soap opera. If you don't watch the news for 6 months and then you watch the news again, you've not missed anything that you needed to know about. You've just missed out on negativity. Turn it off in your car, put music on that's good, put an audio book on and learn stuff or listen to stuff, and just put on TV stuff you want to watch that doesn't force you to have a news break in between. Get it out your life. As for the newspapers, come on. As for the news on social media, even the newspapers, more than anything, it's there to click. It wants you to click. It's going to be absolute sensational rubbish. Or, as is the case now, it's just going to be lies and rubbish. Nothing else. Nothing worth you knowing. Be positive in your life. Use your time much more positively. Boost your mental health. And be productive. Be productive with your time. Don't just let rubbish force down your neck, literally drain away your brain power. Be happy, not miserable. Take that step.